We live in an age of effortless comfort. Water flows endlessly, warmth arrives at the touch of a button, and every small need is instantly met. But what if, one morning, all of that just disappeared? What if the silent, intricate machinery of modern life simply stopped, and you woke up to a world ruled only by silence, the wilderness, and your own will to survive? Within days, the food would be gone. No clean water, no fire, no signal for help. Between endurance and collapse lies only instinct. Can the raw will to survive build a path through desolation? Can discipline outlast despair? This is the crucible of the human spirit, where ordinary people rediscover the true meaning of resilience, carving strength from simplicity and hope from scarcity. What do you think is your most vital survival skill? Let me know in the comments below, because sometimes one fragile alliance can decide everything. The scent of roasted rabbit had faded from the air, replaced by something much darker, the musky, threatening trace of a predator. Caleb and Diana had barely survived the bear's assault. Their only defense, a desperate wall of fire, had worked, but it also sent a thick column of black smoke climbing into the sky. It became a beacon of life in an otherwise dead land, a signal for others who might be wandering through the same white abyss. Far away, Alex and Brenda trudged through the taiga's endless, oppressive fog. In a place like this, the true enemy isn't the cold. It's the endless, disorienting white that devours direction and reason alike. For 15 long hours, they had walked in silence, every step heavier than the last. The fog pressed down on them like a living weight, and the compass needle spun wildly, useless. "Keep east," Alex muttered the words over and over, as if repeating a spell to hold back despair. But the sun was gone. The world had no direction now. Suddenly, Brenda stumbled and fell hard into the snow. She didn't cry this time. She simply stared upward, letting the cold begin to numb her. The snow felt peaceful. It felt tempting. Alex knelt beside her, pulling her up with hands that shook from cold and exhaustion. "We can't stop," he whispered, his breath turning to white mist in the frigid air. "If we stop, we die. Move, Brenda. Please." Her voice broke. "We've walked for hours, Alex. We're lost." But he said nothing. The silence that hung between them was answer enough. Then Alex looked up and saw it. A stony rise, a small peak piercing the horizon through the fog. "Elevation," he said, his voice raw. "We might see something from up there." They climbed slowly, every muscle burning from hunger and overuse. At the summit, the world finally opened up beneath them, a frozen ocean of white and green stretching to the horizon. And then Alex saw it, a thin, steady column of smoke rising in the southeast. It was controlled, consistent, it was human. "Smoke," Brenda gasped, a surge of hope in her voice. "A rescue team." Alex shook his head, his expression grim. "No, people. Survivors, which means both hope and danger." His tone hardened. "We move slow. Stay behind cover. A human fire can save you, or it can destroy you." 3 hours later, as dusk began to fall, they finally reached the edge of the unknown camp. What they found wasn't just a camp. It was a fortress. Pine trunks had been sharpened to deadly points and stacked into a defensive barrier, enclosing a crude makeshift shelter. Inside, a fire burned, but it wasn't for comfort. It was a warning. A territorial blaze meant to keep predators at bay. Alex raised a branch high above his head, a universal signal for peace. From the shadows, Caleb emerged, a heavy axe held ready in his hand, his eyes narrow and intensely alert. Diana followed close behind, a knife drawn, her exhaustion buried deep beneath a layer of sheer determination. "We're lost," Alex said, his voice calm and even. "We saw your smoke. We need warmth. We have no weapons." Caleb's voice was flat, devoid of emotion. "We have barely enough for two. Food, wood, everything is limited. Sharing means death for us." Brenda didn't speak a word. Her exhausted silence said everything that needed to be said. Alex nodded slowly, acknowledging the harsh truth in Caleb's words. "You're right. But you're missing something." He gestured toward the makeshift barrier. "It'll slow a bear, it won't stop it. You've seen that, haven't you? You're exhausted. You can't stand guard forever." Caleb's grip on the axe tightened, his knuckles white. Alex pressed on, his voice steady. 2 people can't survive the night watch. You need a rotation, you need rest. We have axes. 4 hands are better than 2. We can reinforce this wall, gather more fuel, help you build traps. 4 eyes see more than 2. He then looked directly at Diana. You need sleep. Real sleep. A moment's nod at the wrong time, and it's all over. Let us help. This isn't charity. It's strategy. Diana and Brenda exchanged a look of quiet, shared understanding. Diana then gave Caleb a faint, almost imperceptible nod. Caleb's shoulders relaxed just a fraction, and he lowered his axe slightly. A conditional alliance, he said, his voice firm. We move north at dawn. Until then, we strengthen the defenses and gather wood. No food until the work is done. Understood? Understood, Alex replied without hesitation. They worked without words. Alex and Caleb fortified the barricade in a tense silence, both men cautious but ruthlessly efficient. Brenda and Diana organized the small sleeping area with a quiet coordination born of their shared bone-deep exhaustion. By nightfall, the fire burned strong and bright, and for the first time, the camp felt like a living space, a small pocket of safety in the vast, unforgiving wilderness. Caleb divided the last of their meat, 4 small, equal and precise pieces. The last of the protein, he announced to the group. Bones for broth tomorrow. No one complained. They sat around the flames, silent and alert, the new alliance hanging unspoken in the air between them. For the first time in days, Caleb felt the crushing burden of leadership ease. He might finally get some real sleep. Diana felt a warmth spread through her, not just from the fire, but from the presence of others. She wasn't alone anymore. Alex knew the alliance was fragile, built on the desperate need for survival, not on trust, but it was a beginning. Brenda ate her small portions slowly, feeling strength begin to return to her limbs. Just hours ago, she had wanted to surrender to the snow. Now even this tiny meal gave her something to hold on to, a reason to keep fighting. In the wild, survival isn't a victory, it's an agreement with fate. And tonight, 4 souls had quietly agreed to live one more day. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. We'll see you in the next episode.